Hello and welcome to Relationships at Work, a leadership podcast helping you build workplace connection, improve culture, and avoid blind spots. I am Russel Lolacher, a communications and leadership expert with a couple of decades of experience in both those areas. Whole heap curiosity too, just like yourself, on how we can make the workplace a better place. It's time for one of our mini episodes, our short, quick little valuable bits of information to help your mindset for the week ahead. These are all inspired by our Raw Note newsletter, which you can sign up for free. We're LinkedIn, we've got a company page, russellolacher.com, relationshipsatworkshow.com. You can sign up for free there as well. Anyway, it gets you sort of a leg up. As those are coming out a few months ahead of these. So just a little something to know. What are we focusing on today? Well, we're focusing on, I'm getting a bit vulnerable here because I'm actually revealing one of my biggest failures, to be honest. And it's something that has haunted me for a very long time. It's something I've certainly worked to get better at, but I failed a lot in this area for a long time. And I know I've probably missed out on opportunities because of it. How vague am I being? All right, let's get to it. Our topic today for our mini episode, the journey to finding our missing mentorship. I'm going to let you in on a failure of mine. One I'm not proud of and continues to be frustrating for me. I've never really had a formal mentor, ever, in my entire career. I've tried. Oh, have I tried. I've reached out to a few individuals over those years. Those I felt could provide some insight, some direction on career paths that I might want or improve on the path I was already on. But they all washed out in just like a few weeks. Some were promising, some not so much. Why? Well, one, he canceled on me because he was leaving the province. Another one was rethinking his own career and was probably looking for a mentorship of his own. One just didn't really feel mentory enough for me, so we just stopped showing up. And a few just generally just didn't click because we had different definitions of success, of leadership. So any steps they recommended just didn't really resonate with me. They weren't speaking my language, or at least they weren't doing it in a way that resonated for me or got me excited or motivated or at the very least connected, you know? Could I try harder? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I could try harder. Has the frustration and failure derailed me from doing this? Also, yes. Now, I have had mentors. I've had books I've read. I look at those as mentors. Films I've watched, biographies I've learned from. Informally, they've resonated with me and shown me paths I've never thought possible. They connected dots that were ungraspable, were unattainable, unconnected to. Anyway, they have helped me, these informal sources of mentorship. So why can't I find these types of people in real life? I have to look in the mirror in that as well. I mean, we talk a lot about mentorship as a part of leadership, especially for those just starting out. I really, really wanted one when I was first starting out. But what we don't talk about enough is how many people are walking around without finding the right mentors to actually help them grow. There is this big gap. I know a lot of people that have never had mentors, or if they did, it was fleeting, just like my own experience. Now, mentorship isn't just about having someone with more experience, and we probably have to realize that too. It's about having someone who can challenge our thinking, help us zoom out, and isn't afraid to ask the tough questions and challenge our way of thinking. Someone who sees our potential but doesn't sugarcoat the truth. And we need those people at every stage of our careers. I'm certainly still looking for one in my own life. And I've been a little bit more successful over the years, but still, I would still love more mentorship in my world. So I did a little digging, I did a little research, I did a little talking, and found some suggestions, some answers to this question for the week. How do I find a mentor that matters to me? Well, one of the first things I found was look for honesty when we're looking for mentors, not just experience. Because yes, experience matters, but experience without the willingness to reflect and share candidly, that's just a resume. A mentor worth your time will speak openly about their own missteps and what they learned. They'll be vulnerable. They'll be open. They won't pretend to have all the answers either. They'll even help us discover better questions. So we need to find someone who gives real feedback, not just polite nods. Someone who's not trying to impress us with how far they've come, but is more focused on how far we can go. That level of honesty is what sets a mentor apart from a casual advisor or a well-meaning boss. So maybe to find the right mentor, we're looking in the wrong direction. We're looking at resumes, not honesty. Another one is maybe start with a conversation, not a contract. Don't formalize this right out of the gate. I know I probably made this mistake when I first started out. You don't need to walk up to someone and just say, "Will you be my mentor?" I think I might have done this. I think I might have. But as you can imagine, that's not how trust is built. Start small. Reach out to someone whose insight you admire and ask for maybe 15 minutes to get their perspective on, a specific challenge you're facing. Be clear. Be respectful. Be curious. See how the conversation feels. Ask questions like, was it insightful? Was it mutually helpful? Did you walk away with clarity, not just cliches? Mentorship isn't something you assign. It's something that unfolds. The most effective mentor relationships often begin organically through repeated conversations that earn the title over the time, not just are assumed. I think this is how most of my successful mentorships have gone. I think we were talking over time and then I just realized, oh, I'm already in this. You've already been mentoring me. I didn't even realize it. We were just talking. And another thing we can do is choose challenge over comfort. The best mentors will make you squirm a little squirming, not because they're unkind, but because they hold you accountable to your growth. They'll challenge your assumptions, ask about your intentions, and make you rethink that decision you've been rationalizing. There's a bit of coaching here too. Mentorship and coaching are very different things, but there can sometimes be a bit of an element in there. And that's exactly what you need, is that challenging. Comfort is for friendship, but mentorship, that's where we need someone who will hold up the mirror a little bit and stay beside us as we wrestle with what we see, because it's not always pretty. Growth doesn't happen in echo chambers, as we all know. A great mentor gives you perspective you didn't know you were missing and encourages you to stretch into it. So when looking for a mentor, and I'm talking to myself here quite a bit too, look for honesty, not just experience. Start with a conversation, not a contract, and choose a bit of a challenge over easy, over comfort. And you know what? Here's something else I often forget. We don't need a mentor. We need the right mentors, right? It could be right and it could be more than one. Someone who sees our potential, respects our values, and cares enough to challenge us. Now, digging into this, thinking about mentorship, thinking about my own failures, my own success, being vulnerable about my own, lack of connection with mentorship. I mean, I've mentored others, but I haven't felt a lot in my career the mentorship for me. But it's kind of inspiring to learn that it's not necessarily straightforward. It's organic. It's human. So it's kind of nudging me a bit to rethink this about what kind of mentorship I need as I get to the mid and late part of my career. I hope it nudges you a little bit as well. So let's go find those mentors that don't just answer our questions, but help us ask better ones for our own leadership journey. That's it. That'll do it for another mini episode of Relationships at Work, a leadership podcast helping you build workplace connection, improve culture, and avoid blind spots. I'm Russell. Thank you once again for taking time out of your day to spend it with me and help yourself on your own leadership journey. It's important. It's an always thing. So thank you so much for making it a priority as we kick off a new year. All right, take care of yourself and talk soon.